Hello guys, welcome to the, the stream here for Fluminense versus Al Hilal. Now, I don't know if there's going to be a minute of silence or not, because there was a minute of silence in yesterday's game, so we're going to have to wait and see. Let me switch this over as well. We got the scoreboard back up and running. I need to change it actually from the round 16, because quarter-finals we're in now. Okay, wow, Vasco, that is, obsession on the highest level, I feel like, for an opponent, to be honest. But, like, fair play. And there, let's go, indeed, Idra1. Hopefully we can get a good game here. I'm rocking the Hilal Academy shirt. This is my old Academy shirt. Barely fits, as I said in the previous stream. But, yeah, can't wait for this one. Also, I'm going to just quickly make Hilal's name Hilal like that, so it can actually, the whole scoreboard can fit on the screen. And yeah, we're just going to see here what's going to happen. Yeah, exactly. Diogo Jota. I did write some stuff in the community channel about that. And yeah, it was very, very sad. Don't know if there's going to be a minute of silence. We'll have to wait and see. There, I think there is, yeah. There's a minute of silence here, it looks like. So we will be also attaining to this minute of silence. I just need to hear it for myself just so I can confirm that's what the case is going to be. So let me just put this in. Okay, let me hear what they're claiming about. Okay. Yes, your nemesis for sure. Okay, I'll tell you what they've announced here. Some of you guys can rehear this, but let's see. Okay, yeah, so it's going to be a minute of silence here, guys. Okay, it starts now. Okay, there it is, guys. There it is. A lot of players upset there, actually. Yeah, Ruben Neves, Cancelo. It looked like Leonardo was also pretty upset too. So, yeah, very unfortunate event there. Both players are going to be playing at their best here, these Portuguese players on Al Hilal, in the name of Jota. But, yeah, that is the minute of silence there. Rest in peace, exactly. But yeah, unfortunately that did happen, of course, such an unfortunate accident, such a tragic accident, should I say, as well. That nothing you can even do about it, a tire popping on a vehicle is just, it's outrageous, really. And there's the kickoff. On a happier note, we're back to football, we're back to the Club World Cup. Missed it for the 2-day break. But yeah, we'll try and stay positive here on the channel. I know that did happen, but of course, the best, is to leave people to, contemplate them their own. And for anyone else, positivity is also a good method as well. And yes, he died in a car accident. It was his tire blew out. You can read more on the Wikipedia page. His tire blew out, and then his car caught fire when it crashed on the side after his overtaking. There's a little injury here, it looks like, on Leonardo. And we're already 48 seconds into this one, so we better see, a couple of goals here. I do want to see a couple of goals. But yeah, drop your score predictions in the chat, guys. I'll read them out, of course. My score prediction is 2-1 for Hilal. But we'll see, of course. Fluminense has been very deadly in this tournament. So, with the likes of Arias, Thiago Silva in the back, providing us like a rock. So we're going to have to wait and see You know how it works. Here's the lineup. Fabio as the goalkeeper for Fluminense. Freitas, Thiago Silva, and Ignacio as the defense. Fuentes, Nonato, Bernal. And also, I just completely misread the rest of those guys. Bernal, Nonato, and Martinelli and Xavier. And Arias and Cano as the forwards there. For Al Hilal, Bunu as the goalkeeper, Koulibaly, Ruben Neves and Lodi as the defense, Cancelo, Milinkovic-Savic, Cano, Nasser Al-Dossri and El Harbi as the forwards, and then Malcolm and Leonardo as the strikers. And 2-1 was for yours, Hilal. Also, yeah, exactly. I do think that's going to be the case, Patrick. As always, when I'm not typing, it's because I have used your commentary while you analyze the game. No problem, Kieran. Also, I will say as well, you will notice there's a new face, I think, on the bench for Hilal. There should be a new face there. Yes, its name is Abdurazak Hamdullah. And I completely mispronounced his last name there, Hamdullah. And he is a striker who moved from Al Shabab on loan to Al Hilal. He's been in basically every SPL club. He's the top scorer of all time for Al Nassr. And he's also on this, he's second top scorer for SPL of all time too. And love from Saudi Arabia. W, Steve. Yeah, love from Saudi as well, because I'm living in Saudi right now, 8.5 years. W, Steve, as well supporting my guys, Al Hilal. Just for this time, of course, Al Nassr, my main supporters. But yeah, for this time, I'll wear the academy kit just in support and showcase. Diogo Jota's death looks similar to Kobe Bryant during the crash. Exactly. I know it's sort of a similar event. There's so many tragic vehicle accidents, and, it's just really unfortunate and sad. And there's a little bit of pressure there from Fluminense. It's going to be a throw-in for Al Hilal there, just taking the ball. Now it's in the midfield with Nasser Al-Dossri. Koulibaly. Koulibaly has been brilliant for Al Hilal in terms of gameplay, in terms of being a rock at the back. Here's Milinkovic-Savic trying to find a through pass there to Malcolm. Doesn't do so. Cancelo tries to rush and mistimes the rush there, and the ball is going to be taken back by... Don't know who took that one back there. I think it was Cano. Car accidents are more common than you think. Yeah, exactly. Car accidents are the most common vehicle accident out of any, That's why, when you hear aerial accidents as well, like planes specifically, not like other aerials, but like plane stuff specifically, it's because they're so infrequent that you hear about it. Do I think Jota's death will impact Portugal's World Cup chance? I think it will actually impact them positively. I know it's also going to be a negative sense that he's not there, and, he's just such a talent, but I think they'll have more motivation to... It's now for a cause. There's a reason to win it, There's a reason to. And I really think that's a big morale booster in a sense of, you do it under someone's name and legacy, and really that would be the biggest thing for them now. Before, there wasn't really too much of a cause besides, it's whatever, Ronaldo's final World Cup, whatever. Most of the players didn't really care, but now there is something, do it for Diogo, do it for Andre. There's a reason to do it now. So, I do think they can do it like that. I mean, his impact's going to be so missed on the field, though. It really is going to be such a big... I thought really he would be the next person to be in line to, take up that striker position from Cristiano, play on the left side maybe as well. And then, it hasn't worked out that way. So it's really unfortunate. Cancelo long throw, and it just missed times with Malcolm. Fluminense do win the ball back here. It's totally up to how you guys, of course, think of it. You can think of it anyway. It really depends on how the Portuguese team think of it. And I hope they do think of it in that way, to put sort of like some motivation onto it. This is going to be now with Fluminense. It will be with the ball, Ignacio. Ignacio now into the midfield for Bernal. Bernal long ball trying to find Cano, just doesn't find him. It's going to be back with Hilal. Hilal have to be really careful of, the press from... Fluminense, especially in the attack. They've got, Arias. They've got a lot of different attacking options with the midfield. The midfield's very depth-wise. So, of course, is Saudi hosting the World Cup during the future? Yes, 2034 World Cup will be hosted here. And that's why I'm so excited, pumped to watch it here, because there is a World Cup stadium right next to my house, like very close to it. And, yeah, I can't wait to be going to that one for sure. But yeah, first it's USA, this coming one next year. Then in 2030, it's Portugal, Spain, Morocco. And then also Argentina and Uruguay host a couple of the games at the start. And then it's going to be Saudi 2034. And so this is going to be a free kick here, it looks like, for Hilal, I think. I don't know. There's like 2 fouls there for both teams, so really don't know who got the best of that free kick there. We'll see what the referee signaled. Is it going to be an Al Hilal free kick? I'm surprised. I thought Fluminense might have got a little bit injured there at the first, but yeah, Hilal do win that one. It's going to be Koulibaly over to João Cancelo. Cancelo back to Koulibaly. Koulibaly, long ball, tries to find Malcolm. Does. This is Malcolm now. Malcolm did show up in the final, the game yesterday. The last game for Al Hilal. So I'm really pumped to see what he can provide today. If he's still on that form, you know, smash like for form. But here we go. It's now with Fluminense again. It's going to be Martinelli back to Ignacio. Now it's going to be with Thiago Silva. On ball over to the left side there. It's going to be Fuentes. Hi, Silo. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I hope you have a nice day. And the ball is going to go all the way back there to Thiago. And let's see what Thiago Silva will do. Pass it over to Ignacio. See, Fluminense are going a bit slow. I'm surprised. In their previous games, they were much more rapid and rigid. But I think they've sort of analysed Inzaghi's tactics here. And they're really going for a slow build-up play because Inzaghi preys off their teams going fast, losing the ball, kind of like City. They kept losing the ball in the attack, and then it's like a quick breakaway, trying to pressure off of a counter-attacking chance. So that's probably what Hilal want to do today here. Koulibaly. And now it passes back to Bunu. Bunu's, again, going to be very crucial. You know, never doubt him out for player of the match. He is always going to be up there as one of the contestants for it. Little header there from Cano. And that's going to be a something here. The referee is just telling something. Is offside or is this a free kick? I think it's a free kick. Must have been a foul from Nasser Al-Dosri. Oh, it was a handball. Okay, what the heck is that? Bro, literally, the ball bounced up to him and he's like this with his hand. Like, what are you doing? Also, where did my chair go? Completely lost my chair there. This is now going to be... Yeah, rest in peace, Diogo Jota, exactly. Minute of silence at the start of this. And, yeah, big respect as well to Ruben and Cancelo for playing through this one as well. They are playing through it. Were I in Saudi when 2022 World Cup was hosted by Qatar? Yes, I was living in Saudi when the Qatar World Cup was happening, but I was on vacation, so I wasn't actually in Saudi during it. Otherwise, I could have drove to Qatar because you can drive there. It's like a 5-hour drive. It's actually closer to Qatar, I think, than Riyadh, which is surprising. So, yeah, I'm fortunate that I didn't get to go watch in person. I would have loved to, but yeah, I unfortunately wasn't there. On vacation instead. And that's with Thiago Silva over to the left side. It now is with Fuentes. Tries to find a through ball there to Cano. And it's just going to be Koulibaly now back with the ball. And now Ruben Neves, who is actually playing a centre-back role because there is a centre-back missing, Tambakti. And Neves gives it away. It's going to be now with Fluminense. And it's going to be a free kick for them. There's a foul by... Who did that one? Let's have a see here. Milinkovic-Savic, yeah, just fouls there on, I think, Nonato. Yeah, that's just a foul completely. Yeah, just absolutely plows into him. Plows into him. It's not great. And Fluminense fans were happy that Nonato got the free kick there. Here we go. Milinkovic-Savic will be trying to defend this one because he is great on the headers there. Infantino is watching from the sideline there next to Al Hilal's chairman and Fluminense chairman. Bunu telling the wall where to position. Of course, Bunu is going to be so crucial in this defense. As I said before, never count him out for a player of the match. Never count him out in terms of having not quality because he is just that guy in terms of quality. Free kick played short. Another played short pass. Trying to find a cross there. And it's going to be a corner for Fluminense. Defended nicely by Malcolm. And the corner is played short. Cross coming in from Fluminense, and it just goes out. It's going to be a goal kick there for Yassine Bounou. Yeah, Arias just not the best cross. It does try and find the head of... Who is that? Tries to find the head of Cano, but yeah, just doesn't reach him. And there's the yellow card just displayed on the screen there for Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. Arias is so good at getting curve on the ball. Yeah, I know. Like, the cross was close. I mean, maybe it was more on Cano's positioning, if anything. I don't think it was really Arias' cross. Now, when I saw that replay from the side of Arias taking it. But yeah, for sure. He is just always the player to watch for Fluminense. There's really no other player as big as him to watch. Of course, Thiago Silva in defense, maybe you could argue. But yeah, Fluminense just really... Arias has been so good for them. Fluminense goalkeeper, Fabio is his name. Yes, it is listed as his name. I can also check his full name here. Maybe it's a different one, but Hilal are trying to build up. His full name is just, yeah, Fabio. It doesn't even say anything else. It says Fabio. This is now Nasser Al-Dossri. Pass to Leonardo. Now back to Ruben Neves. I'm surprised that Hilal didn't start their new Club World Cup loanee, Hamidullah, because... he is a natural-born striker. I know they're starting Leonardo, but I would have really started him maybe over, Nasser Al-Dossri and played him at the forward line, then Leonardo on the left and Malcolm on the right. That would have been my choice, but, of course, Inzaghi is the one deciding. He's, saving him for a bit later. He's a very good sub. He now provides sort of some squad depth to the attack, because before there wasn't any squad depth for the attack, but yeah, he's now there. To really provide that. His nickname's actually the Executioner in the SPL. The Executioner is his nickname. That's how many goals he scored. And Freitas back to Thiago Silva. And Ignacio. Thiago. What a nickname, exactly. Freitas really makes him sound deadly. And Fuentes back to Freitas. Now over to Thiago. And Ignacio. And now over to Xavier. The 1-2 pass. Is there any player left to make the Club World Cup debut? Yeah, well, besides him, no, I don't think any... Everyone just really appeared, I think, once. I don't know if there's any others, really, to be honest. At least not in this game. I think all of the... Fluminense players have played. Has Everaldo played? He played, right? Yeah, he played against Inter. Augustin Canobio played, I'm 100% sure. Yeah, he played. I think they've all played except for, of course, Hamidullah, who just joined. The funny thing is as well, as I was saying, he's been to every, basically, all the top SPL clubs, and then he's just come here on loan just for, like, this could be his only match he comes here for if Fluminense win. And then he's going straight back to Al-Shabaab, which is where he came from there. And then before that, he was in Al-Ittihad, and then before that, Al-Nassr, and then, just really shifting around the place. Ignacio trying to find a long ball there to Xavier, but is cleaned up by Renan Lodi. It's now going to be Ruben Neves trying to bring out defense. He gives a little pass there, and it is just touched on by Malcolm. There's a little bit of a foul. It's going to be a free kick for Al-Hilal. Actually, looks like Cano, sorry, won that foul there. Who was wearing the captain's armband today. Supposedly, I think he is. I did see him walk out with it. Yeah, he's wearing the captain's armband. Ruben Neves going to take this defensive free kick. I'm very surprised as well. Yeah, Ruben playing so deep in the defense. And then Milinkovic-Savic playing almost like an attacker when, really the roles are sometimes reversed there, where Ruben's playing attack in the league and then Milinkovic-Savic is playing defensively. So, yeah, I'm very surprised how they've sort of shifted that one up. Cancelo now with the ball. Cancelo finds Malcolm deep. Little touch there back to Cano. It's going to be Renan Lodi. Cross. Finding Milinkovic-Savic, just not touched properly in the box. That was a very close chance. The first real close chance for Al-Hilal. That's going to be a goal kick. Renan Lodi's cross was almost pitch perfect there. Milinkovic-Savic should have touched that one maybe with his foot. He doesn't extend it too far. I think maybe it wasn't aligned with his body. And yeah, it's going to be a goal kick for Fabio. Still haven't seen a pen game yet in this comp. So it'd be interesting to see when we get one of those, if we get one at all. No penalties in a knockout competition. There's a little flick on play from Marcos Leonardo trying to find Malcolm. Yeah, there's no room for mistakes. Yeah. Really, they should have controlled that one, Al Hilal, into the box a little bit better. I mean, it wasn't really aligned with his body, but it was a very, very good chance. One that should have been taken. Let's have a look here. There is a foul on Milinkovic-Savic there. It's an attacking free kick. They need to start building up this attacking momentum, Hilal, because Fluminense have had it the whole game, basically. This is where the momentum is really starting to come into effect here. Koulibaly, just a little one-touch there with Nasser Al-Dosri. Koulibaly finds a through ball over to the left side there. It's going to be a little touchback from Al-Harbi. So that reminds me of McTominay in the way that he's a big physical midfielder and it's very good at arriving in the box and being a threat. Yeah, that's what I actually felt Milinkovic-Savic reminded myself of McTominay, because I feel like they play very similar in style. Here's a chance for Fluminense, over. That was not great shot there from, I think that was Cano taking the shot. Just not the best. Is it? I don't know. I can't see from the numbers. I think that was Nonato. Yeah, Nonato just doesn't hit that one. Savic has more quality on the ball. Yeah, in terms of, as well, defensive ability as well, as I was saying before, Milinkovic-Savic loves to drop deep in defense in the league. I feel like he's sort of a better defensive player than Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay more of an attacker. Koulibaly had a goal versus Man City, was out of this world. I know, Koulibaly was brilliant, and that's why I'm saying, really, that whole Hilal side, from the defense, attack, and the midfield, and the goalkeeper, they all really had one star quality player performing in that game, you know. Not the whole team, but most of the team was. Like Koulibaly, Malcolm in the attack, Leonardo in the attack as well. Malcolm was kind of a midfielder at one point. Cancelo was performing. Bruno was performing. I got to say, actually, most of their team was performing. Just, you know, defense is hard against City's side. You know, they play so attacking. And they did brilliantly to win that game. And now let's see if they can, you know, continue the form. Ruben Neves and Cancelo can get some happiness, you know, in their week, because they haven't had one just yet. It's interesting that Savic is playing higher up in the World Cup, more of an attacking. Yeah, it's actually very interesting, and that's maybe it's Inzaghi's new tactics. Maybe that he's going to play more of an attacking player. We'll have to see how it goes in the league, especially when Mitrovic is back. Malcolm and Cancelo are brilliant, yeah. But yeah, hopefully, you know, Hilal can get something for Ruben Neves and Cancelo just to make them a little bit more happier, because really this time for them would be so upsetting. Ruben Neves, Koulibaly, back to Ruben. Now Renan Lodi. And now back to Bruno. Koulibaly now. Now over to Cancelo. Koulibaly. Now through ball finding Malcolm. Malcolm just loses it. That was a bit of a harsh touch there. Fluminense back with the ball. And that is going to be Martinelli back to Freitas. Martinelli. One touching with Freitas there. Cancelo been playing right wing back and right wing at the same time. Yeah, that's exactly Inzaghi's tactics, you know. He did it with Denzel Dumfries. He's doing it here with Cancelo. 100%. This is, you know, Inzaghi's ball play. And we've seen over the games as well. The first game was mainly Jorge Jesus' tactics. Then it went to sort of a mix between them. Still a mix between them by the third game. The Man City game's really where I started seeing Inzaghi's tactics get into play. And then this game, you know, it is looking more and more like Inzaghi's getting control over the team here. He's had more time with them. He's implementing the tactics in. Yellow card for a Hilal player. Let's see who got that one. It was Renan Lodi. Hilal have to be careful with the cards, though. They don't want to get accumulation of yellow cards for, you know, key players, especially going into a possible semi-final with Chelsea or Palmeiras. Lodi misses net. That is a big loss. That is very big. Like, I know Tio's signed with them, but I don't think Tio can join yet. I don't think he can join because he did sign. Maybe Inzaghi's going to speed that up to get him in. I don't know what the rules are because Hilal do have a new player that's joined them, but, like, you know, yeah, I don't know. Arias is going to take the free kick. He was deadly from the free kicks in this tournament so far. I'm sure he's going to take this one. Is that a new mic? Yes, it is. New mic. I've had it for the past, I think, 3 streams. Just when after the end of the previous Club World Cup stream, I got this one. And yeah, it's a good one because it's better volume than the other one, you know. The other one wasn't that great. Offside for Fluminense. It's going to be an offside free kick for Al Hilal. And let's see. Who's going to take this? Looks like Ruben Neves just takes that short. Passes it with Cano. Sounds quality, thanks. Yeah. I like this mic a lot. Yeah, I really do like it. You can still hear probably the background fish tank. I don't know. But yeah, there's nothing I can do about that because the pump's like very loud. But out ball is going to be Hilal taking the throw in. Xavier just hits that one out. Here we go. Lodi. Let's see where Lodi will throw this. Ren Lodi throws high. Finds Milinkovic-Savic. That was a average touch. That was not great. He touches that straight out. Looks like Milinkovic-Savic isn't playing that great this game, surprisingly. I mean, he's probably going to end up going back on what I said. I jinxed it here, but yeah, he just is not looking the best at the moment. I love Hilal's play out from tight situation. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that as well, how they can be pressed by like 4 guys and then they can get that out really nice and easy. And that is just, you know, really nice to see, especially not even just internationals. That was in that situation there. Nasser Al-Dosri and Cano both just finding a nice, easy way out of the pressure. Renan Lodi. Now to Nasser Al-Dosri and just goes deflected off. And it's going to be a ball out in the defense here for Ignacio. And intercepted by Hilal. It's going to be a little scramble for the ball. And it's won back by Al Hilal. It's going to be Leonardo. Finds Milinkovic-Savic. He sees a crossing opportunity here. Milinkovic-Savic, skilling pass. Cross. Coming in, trying to find Malcolm back post. And it's just going to be cleared away by Fluminense. And they have a little bit of a break here because a lot of Hilal's players are up. They've got fast players, but Koulibaly's faster, surprisingly, you know. You don't think he's faster based on the sheer size of this guy. He's like really like brute, big guy in terms of strength, but he is fast. My goodness, he caught that Fluminense player pretty easily. You know, even though he had like a short like meter head start, 2 meter head start, he was still breezing past to get that. Bruno. Now with Ruben Neves. Brendan Lodi. Harderby open on the left. Lodi passes centrally, though, to Leonardo. Leonardo back to Ruben. Now Ruben Neves passes over to Koulibaly. Koulibaly to Malcolm. Cancelo overlapping. Malcolm. Doug cross. Cancelo now. Yeah, Cancelo running inside. Very deep, actually. Just almost loses the ball there. There was a good win by Cano. There's a cross. It's going to be a corner. Yes, it's going to be a corner for Al Hilal. Ignacio just defends that one out. That was a good little skill there from... Is that Nasser Al-Dosri, actually? Yeah, that was a good skill. And then I think he should have dudded us for a bit. Maybe back past... Yeah, Cano just gone the way there in terms of play. Ignacio defended that one nicely. There's good defense going to open targets players rather than chase the ball with the ball. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's better going for the open target rather than chasing the player, for sure. Ruben Neves, cross coming in. Header. Koulibaly almost getting that header goal again. How deadly is that guy in terms of header goals? My goodness. He is the target every time, it seems like now, because he's almost scoring them each time. Just not on target there from him. That is so close. Long ball going in, trying to find... Oh, there's a little deflection. It's like a pinball deflection in the midfield there. And Fluminense have won this one back. That was very close for Hilal to get the opener there. Not surprised if they get an opener from a free kick or a corner, because, to be honest, that is where they're strong with, you know, the headers, the crosses coming in. Inzaghi's tactics are going to rely heavily on Koulibaly, heavily when Mitrovic gets back on him. When Hamdullah comes on the field, it'll be on him as well. And now this is going to be Ignacio. Headers out of this world. Exactly. I know, it's actually insane. And this is going to be Ignacio trying to bring the ball forward. There's not really good defense there from Nasser. Is that? Yeah, Nasser al-Dosri. And it's going to be Ignacio bring it to the corner. And that's going to be defended out. Brendan Lodi is going to kick it out for a throw-in for Fluminense. Let's have a look at the replay of this corner. Ruben Neves crosses that in. Oh, it just barely reaches Koulibaly. Wow. That was actually headed nicely there by Ignacio. He did a good job defending that. I did think that Koulibaly actually touched that, but no. You get the replay there. That was a nice defense from Ignacio. Xavier, a little chip ball over to Arias. It's going to be an offside. And let's see now who's going to take this offside kick. I think it's going to be Bruno just from the corner, to be honest. We'll see. Fluminense fans out in full force here today, showing support for their team. And Hilal fans actually out in full force as well. There's been more of them growing over the tourney. It is because, of course, the flights to USA are pretty far from Saudi. Probably closer from Brazil. That's why the South American teams have been sowing, you know, numbers. Brazil and the South American countries all have closer flights. But Saudi, yeah. I'm surprised how many fans there are actually here. And this is going to be a poor ball there from Brendan Lodi. Good tackle from Cano. It's going to be a free kick somehow. I thought that was a brilliant tackle from Cano. And let's have a look at this tackle again on Arias. Yeah, that is an all-ball tackle. I don't know how that is a free kick. I'm going to be honest. Oh, it's just the follow-through there. Okay, I saw that. It's the follow-through on, I think that was Martinelli. Just when he turns around, trips him over. Arias is going to be taking this free kick again, it looks like. The curve on this guy is crazy when he hits these in. If he does hit this one in. No, he just plays it off to the side there. This little ball through by Freitas. Now on the left side here. There's going to be a cross. And it's defended by Milinkovic-Savic. Defense at its peak. Tried to reach Cano there, it looks like. But yeah, just didn't receive the ball. Corner for Fluminense. And here we go. Let's see. Arias is going to take this corner. Maybe play it short. Yeah, he's going to play that one short. The corner routine is play short, pass off, and then they either cross it in from that side for the third touch, or no. Or they do it from the fourth touch. Thiago's saying that he was pushed there. The ball goes straight out. It's going to be a goal kick. Yassine Bounou going to take. And the referee might be checking. I don't know. Or it's a cooling break. Okay. There is a cooling break here. I don't know if the referee's checking or not. That little push there, I don't think he is. Don't think it was that big. But yeah, cooling break here for Hilal and Fluminense. So far, thoughts on the games, guys? Drop it below what your thought is. We are going to be streaming, you know, the rest of these live. The next match is Palmeiras versus Chelsea. Then it's PSG versus Bayern Munchen. And then it's Real Madrid versus Dortmund. No problem, Loka. You stayed, you know, the whole of the last stream, which is appreciated as well. Yeah, it's a very scrappy game, I got to say. Yeah, so that is a good take, Kieran. For sure, both teams have had a lot of chances. That is another thing, you know, very high quality in terms of chances, but in terms of keeping the ball, not great. You know, it's been very, you know, back and forth until the counter chance occurs. Let's also sit back up on this seat nicely. And yeah, the Inzaghi's just given some tactics here to Malcolm and Leonardo. Yeah, just giving them a little bit of some insight. Overall, enjoyable game, I gotta say. Bruno also getting some insight here from the goalkeeper coach. And the water break looks to be over in a couple of seconds. So maybe one more minute. Then we'll have this one over. I don't think there has been many chances. Only one shot each. Yeah. In terms of stats, I can read them out so far. 51% possession for Fluminense. 49% for Al Hilal. So it's been very equal. One shot each. 0 on target. 4 fouls for Fluminense. 5 for Hilal. 2 yellow cards for Hilal. 0 for Fluminense. 0 reds. 2 corners for Fluminense. 1 for Hilal. And 2 offsides for Fluminense. 0 for Al Hilal. And yes, thank you. I'll try and enjoy this one, Loka. Hopefully, Al Hilal can do SPL football proud. But, of course, I'll always be neutral for these games because big respect to both teams. Honestly, all respect to teams that have gone to the quarters now. It's been a real big push to get here through the group stage and then the round of 16. Yeah, and I'll see you next time, Loka. W's Loka as well for tuning into the previous one. I've got to say, big support. Yeah, the stadiums are filling up now. Not as much as, people said they would. They said by the quarters, all the fans would be here. But it's not so, really. Most of these stadiums aren't up to the maximum. Where are these Club World Cup shirts coming from, by the way? Is there like a merchandise store outside this stadium? Because I always see like these group of people just wearing the orange Club World Cup thing. It's like where do you get them from? Bye, Loka. W's. Okay, referee's telling everyone to come back on the field. Yeah, I get to play any games with United in the manager game. Yes, I did. I played the first game. I think it was a friendly. We won 1-0 against a 5th Division English side. Then we lost to PSG. We lost 1-0 to them, or 2-0. Then we we drew to Brentford 0-0, and then we won our final game against Man City in the Community Shield because we signed some new players, improved the chemistry, and we won it 4-0, I think, against City. And this is now Koulibaly. But yeah, that was just in that game. We're going to continue that game, honestly. I really liked it. It's on a mobile as well, which is cool. I'm going to play that on the plane. Yeah, not too bad. Exactly. There's a nice pass. That one was a good little insight there from Cancelo. But, yeah, Milinkovic Savic just defended nicely by Freitas. It's going to be Cancelo taking the throw-in. Just to Malcolm. Now to Cancelo. Now back all the way to the defense here. Ruben Neves. Now it's going to be Al-Harabi. Renan Lodi. Ruben. And through ball, trying to find Malcolm. Does. Those through balls are very crucial, Hilal have been seen do really large through balls down the field, They cut straight through. Cancelo. Finds Ruben Neves. His Portuguese teammate. Now to Al-Harabi. Ruben Neves. Back with Al-Harabi again. And now it's Renan Lodi on the left with the ball. And now back to Ruben Neves. This is the possessional play that Hilal need because they're trying to get possession equalised here. But still Fluminense edge the mound percentage for a little bit. 51 to 49. Here's a chance. Milinkovic Savic back heel. He does get down in the box. It's not a penalty, though. And there's a free kick, though. For sure. Free kick. Malcolm is injured. It looks like on the leg. There's going to be a yellow card coming out. Don't know who for. And this is going to be deadly, okay? Because, we've seen Hilal from the crossing. Yes, and this position. Koulibaly actually gives that, initial pass, first of all, to Milinkovic Savic. Then it's one back by Malcolm, just giving away, and then Freitas just doing a bad tackle. Koulibaly, one to watch for this header thing. He's going to be marked tightly, probably by Ignacio, I would assume, or Thiago Silva. And João Freitas is going to miss the next match. So, at the moment, two players from these teams are going to miss the next match. Renan Lodi and Freitas. Cross coming in for Hilal, and it's just headed away there by one of the Fluminense players. It's one back on the outside. Little deflection. There's a call for handball. The referee says play on. And it's back with Hilal in the defense there. Al-Harabi passes to Cancelo. Koulibaly. Koulibaly Back to Renan Lodi. Lodi is just playing this ball very, closely. That was nice defense, actually, from the cross situation from Fluminense. They might find it harder, Hilal, than City to get the cross through, because City were sort of beatable in those opportunities, to be honest. Their players not as good in terms of header clearances compared to Ignacio and Thiago Silva. So that's why Hilal had a bit of a upper hand there. So they might have a bit more of a challenge, really, in this game. Ignacio. Xavier. Ignacio, one touch, finds the through ball over. And it's going to be Cano now with the ball. And Cano gives a long ball over to Thiago Silva. Just duds it, and it's left it for Freitas. Freitas now passes to Arias, I think. Yeah. Arias with the ball. Long ball, trying to find Xavier. And it is going to be marked tightly by Nasser Al-Dothri. And that is going to be a outball. Sorry, Al-Harabi. It's going to be an outball. It's going to be a corner. Arias is just everywhere on this field. That was a brilliant cross by him, by the way. That was very good quality. Nice by Xavier just to, win the corner there. Al-Harabi, good clearance. And let's see. It's probably going to be another short corner here. Arias is going to be lining up to take this one again. Actually, it doesn't look like it's going to go short. Oh, okay, it is. Let's see what happens. Yeah, short corner. Cross from Arias. Headed away by Koulibaly. Now it's over on the left side for Fluminense. Cross coming in for them. Oh my goodness, that was a very close one. Wow, it's a goal kick. And Nonato very close to getting that one in. It was a cross, but it was close to a goal. Wow. Just scrapes across the face of the goal there. Really brilliant cross in terms of quality. That was brilliant. Smash like for brilliant quality. Bunu telling Nonato, how do you think that's a, not a goal kick? Bunu from Ruben Neves. And let's see what Bunu will do here. Long ball from Yassine Bunu. And this is going to be tidy up there. A little flick over by El-Harabi, it looks like. Ruben Neves gives a long ball over to, I think that was Cancelo's inverted. And then Malcolm's now just trying to tidy that up with Milinkovic-Savic. Nice little press there from Hilal to try and get the ball back. But it is going to be won by Fluminense. Thiago Silva. Now it's going to be Ignacio. Thiago Silva. Ignacio. And that was a good ball by Ignacio. It was a good prediction ball to Xavier. Xavier marked by Renan Lodi. Cross coming in from Xavier. And that is going to be very close. And that is going to be cleared away. Not great by Cancelo. That was actually a poor clearance from him. Pass back. Martinelli takes the shot. It's a goal for Fluminense. It's 1-0. Martinelli scores an absolute banger. And that is going to be trouble there for Cancelo. He's going to be so upset about that because, the past events, and then he just gives away the goal there. He really should have left that one out for a corner, to be honest. Yeah, it's a goal for Fluminense. Brilliant goal by Martinelli, I got to say. There's no chance Bunu's saving that. Going top bins there. And that is a brilliant goal. Martinelli putting Fluminense up 1-0 before the halftime. Let's have a look here. Just the cross originally from Xavier. Just cleared away by Ruben Neves. Cancelo should have left it. He really should not have brought that one back in. There's a pass out. Martinelli not getting that one, and then he just scores an absolute banger. Wow. Top bins, no stop for that one. Insane goal. Ruben Neves just failing to clear that one away. The Fluminense fans so happy that they got the opener here. Yeah, really bad clearance from Cancelo. He really did cost the team there, which is going to be really mentally poor from him. He's really going to affect his mentality now. If it wasn't already affected going into this game, which I'm sure it 100% was. This is back to Bunu. Bunu to Ruben Neves. Koulibaly. As it stands, it's still actually similar to the City Hilal game, where it was 1-0 for City for the half-time, and, you know, they got one back. One before half-time was a good start, yeah, especially for Fluminense. Very good start for them. This is going to be Koulibaly. They need to, you know, retain the lead. They need to keep up the defensive excellence that they've been against this Hilal side, who have been very, you know, attackingly great. There's a little run there from Nasser Al-Dosri, who does win it. It's going to be a little push. It's going to be a free kick there for Ignace. Who's get that free kick? I don't know. Oh, the shin pad came out there from... Is that Martinelli on the ground? Yeah. That's not a foul. That is absolutely not a foul. What is that joke? Absolutely just the biggest dive of the century there from Martinelli. No contact. Okay, Fabio takes the goal kick. Sorry, free kick. Now it's going to be headed away by Koulibaly. And that's going to be a free kick there for Al Hilal. Now Nasser Al-Dosri getting fouled from Martinelli, I think. And supposedly his nose is bleeding. Telling the medics to come on here. Yeah, it looks like Nasser Al-Dosri's nose is going to be bleeding here. Yeah, that's an elbow in the face right there. This will be another prime, you know, play-up opportunity for Hilal, who have also overtaken in possession, 51% possession now for Al Hilal. So let's see. Martinelli gets a yellow card, misses next match. This is going to be bad for Fluminense if they start getting, you know, because most of their team had so many yellow cards in that Inter game. If they start getting yellow card after yellow card, you know, they're going to have a lot of players missing the next match, which is not going to be great for them. Yeah, very bad clearance from Cancelo. That was not great. Milinkovic-Savic also dudded there a little bit too hard. He should have been marking tighter on Martinelli. Bruno, no chance saving that. Even with even if he was on the masterclass form of the City game, there was no chance of that. Top bins. And this is now going to be... Who's going to take the free kick? Let's see. Just waiting for it to go off the fans' images. Okay, let's have a look. That's actually a big loss as well for Fluminense losing Martinelli for the next game. Yeah, it's just a short free kick taken there. It's going to be now with the ball, Ruben Neves. No goalkeeper in the world would say that for sure, 100%. That is a literal, absolute banger. Still not the best goal of the tournament. Best goal of the tournament, Arias's absolute stunning free kick. You know, that's probably a top 4 now because Monterrey had 2 brilliant golazos in their game against Red Diamonds. And here we go. Malcolm. Can he show up for Hilal tonight like he did last time out? Koulibaly. 4 minutes additional time. Hilal really need an equalizer before halftime if they want to, you know, go into the next half with an equal chance here. Koulibaly, what the heck are those skills? My goodness. Free kick for Hilal. Koulibaly's skills go crazy there. My goodness. Wow. Really was skilling the place up there. I know, didn't know he had 5-star skill moves there. Initial skill. That was the foul skill where he actually gets trodden on there. Ruben Neves is going to be taking this one. Again, Koulibaly a target. Milinkovic-Savic a target. Cancelo also lined up to take it. Let's see who takes this one. Cano a target. He's very tall. Kalidou Neymar. Here we go. I think it's going to be Ruben taking this, and there's no way Cancelo takes, right? And yeah, Ruben. Cross coming in. Head off by Koulibaly. Saved off the line by Fabio. Oh my goodness. It's going to be a corner for Al Hilal. There it is again. That guy is going to be player of the match. I'm telling you, he's going to do something that's going to be player of the match. Kalidou Koulibaly. Wow. He's been so good tonight. He was good last time out as well. Cross from Ruben, just the header. How is that save? Fabio, brilliant one-handed save there from him. This guy's showing up everywhere, Koulibaly. Yeah, the 44-year-old does an amazing save. He's telling the players where to go. I'm still surprised he's, 44 playing as the first team keeper. Cross coming in from Al Hilal. It's just going to be headed clear. But they've got the ball back again here. It's going to be Ruben Neves giving another cross. Going to the wide post. There's a little bit of a push. Might be a penalty appeal. We're going to see what this one goes to. Penalty is given by the referee. Al Hilal have a penalty. I do believe that this case might be true here. Leonardo is a bit of a diver. We'll have to see. He's been absolutely surrounded here. There's a bit of shoving going on. The referee should be giving cards out here. Let's be honest. What is that anger from the players? Arias is being calm. Let's have a look here. Is this a penalty? Watching Leonardo. I don't know. I can't even see it. We need to see closer. Okay. Cross. Looks like he's trod on as he's walking, as he's running back. Here's a better angle. Don't know why they didn't use this one. No, that's a dive. That's an absolute dive. That is insane. If that's given a penalty, that is an insane dive from Leonardo. Worse than the one before. VAR check. That is an insane dive right there. My goodness. Yeah, that's for sure. Unless there's like some other contact we can't see, that for sure is a dive. Brother from the other side of the stands is saying it's not a penalty. We need to see the slow-mo for sure. We need to see the monitor check for this one. Let's have a look. It's just a dive. It looks like a complete dive. There is no way. There is no way this is given a penalty. Yeah. There is no way. Penalty given. The penalty's actually given here? Wait, I don't know if my thing's like just slow behind. He's checking VAR. He's actually checking VAR. That's crazy. Maybe I'm behind here by like 2 seconds. The Fluminense players are following along. The bench should be silenced here, to be honest. Because it seems like it's not going to be a penalty. There's no way this is given a penalty. Unless it's for something else in the box. I don't think it's for Leonardo, right? What is there? Hi, Clicks. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. This shouldn't be a penalty. There's no way. You're checking on the betting side. Okay. Maybe it's still under review, though, because it says here it's still under review, and I'm like live with the actual thing. What is going on here, though? How is this even being checked? Oh, I see. I see. And let's see. Is this going to be a penalty given? Let's hear what he announces for this one. And it's going to be a... Let's see. It's going to be a goal kick. Goal kick. 100% goal kick there. Referee just announced it. Leonardo saying it's a penalty. It's not, mate. You just completely dived on the floor. There is no way that's a penalty. That is not a penalty. The referee's saying it isn't. It's not a pen. Whoa, Leonardo had to be held off there from the referee. Man, you completely dove. There is no way you're actually getting that mad over the ref. Yeah, I said he was a diver, and he is. This is how Hilal players act. I promise you, this is how they act on the SPL nights. Derby Day with NASA. At least there, they've got the refs a little bit on the lenient favor. Sorry, no offense, Hilal fans. Of course, as a NASA fan, I have to stick up for my team. You guys dive so much. Yeah, penalty overturned. I think it was slightly behind. There's a good cross from Koulibaly. Just doesn't reach the players. But yeah, that was a very big dive. That was huge. Okay, so there's going to be probably 2 minutes additional time added onto this additional time that's already been done. We'll see. Fluminense, if they get 2 here, it could be over. They're on an attack. Pass back. Fluminense just holding up in defense. If it's 1-0, it's not that bad for Hilal. They did Man City where they scored 4 goals against them. So I'm sure they can get one here against Fluminense. And this goes all the way back to Thiago Silva. Heavy pressure from Leonardo. Out to Ignacio. Ignacio now powering forward. And there's a little bit of a tackle there. Free kick for Ignacio there. And it is going to be probably halftime after this free kick, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, like and subscribe exactly if you want to see the rest of these games as well, because we are doing all of them, of course. And that free kick completely wasted. Absolute waste of a free kick, just completely just crossed out the field. Smash like for free kicks being sent to space. And now we got Milinkovic Savic. Good pass there. The referee's given advantage. And looks like that the advantage was lost, so it's going to be a free kick. Ruben Neves is getting annoyed at the Fluminense player there, saying it should be halftime when he's saying that the referee checked for VAR. Ruben's emotions are going to be going crazy in this one, I can tell. He's telling all the guys to go upfield here. Okay, this is the final push before the halftime. Milinkovic Savic looks a little bit injured. We will see Hilal sub on Hamidullah before the second half starts. I'm sure that he'll be subbed on in the halftime. Here's a cross from Neves. There's a little chance for Hilal, and here might be a good play for Fluminense. Nope, halftime there. And that was an intense first half at the very end there. There's a lot of emotions going around, especially, the two Portuguese guys, and Leonardo also looked to be pretty affected by that initial thing from the start, if you guys know what I'm saying. But yeah, their emotions are very high in this one. Not surprised. And this could turn out into one of the games with a brawl at the end. We'll have to see. But at the moment, 1-0 for Fluminense. Martinelli scores a banger against Bunu. And we'll see how the teams react in the second half. I'm sure Hamidullah will come on, though. Game definitely heated up in the last... Yeah, for sure. The first bit was a bit boring. The last 20 minutes was actually very fun to watch. So, yeah, I got to say, there was very, intense watch near the end there. Because the ball was being sent up and down the field like that. I'll see you guys in the next half because I'm going to eat a snack now. W's in the chat as well for snacks. Let's go. And drop final score predictions if you haven't already, of course. Okay, we're back, guys. Welcome back. Sorry, for a longer than usual halftime delay. But we are back, and the players are warming up out of the tunnel. They're showing the face of Cancelo, Ruben Neves, Leonardo. Now back to the Fluminense gang coming out. Welcome, Habis Faction, to stream as well. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I actually think this might go to extra time, honestly. I don't know if it's going to be a 1-1 by full time. Maybe it'll be a 2-2. But I do think it's going to go extra time. The players are coming out. And yeah, if you guys actually didn't know as well, the reason Ruben Neves especially was so sad during that thing is actually Jota was his best friend. So, you know, I think maybe he has something planned if he scores. I would love to see a little thing from him, you know, because I'm sure he would do that for his best friend. But yeah. What did I eat? I ate some like chicken wings and also some like hash brown because, you know, I'm leaving on holiday, so trying to empty out the fridge, so just getting some random stuff, really. But it was all good, nice and tasty. And the players look like to be doing some subs here. I know who's getting subbed off. We'll have to see. I'll be very surprised if, you know, Hamidullah doesn't come on for the second half. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't come as a starter. Lajami looks like to be coming on too, which makes sense. Playing more defensively, you know, because they're playing very attacking. Okay, let's just wait for this to reveal what lineups are going to be coming out here. Hilal are coming out of the tunnel. And looks like at the moment no changes. I think, yeah, everyone's the same, I think. Okay, doing a little bit of a warm-up there. And here's one change. Hercules is coming on for Martinelli in the Fluminense game. So Hercules, who did score the winner against Inter, is coming on. And Martinelli is coming off. He won't be playing in the next game if Fluminense do get through. So you're not the only one thinking that this might end up as a 1-1 draw. Yeah, for sure. I'm thinking it might be a 2-2, though. I do think it might be a 2-2 at full time. We'll have to see. Because, you know, both teams are notorious for scoring more goals. So we'll have to wait and see, though. Hilal will be taking the kickoff here. I am so surprised. Alhamdulillah, it has not come on at halftime. That is very surprising for me. I would have taken off Nasser Al-Dosri, maybe, and bring him on. Leonardo left wing, Malcolm's right wing, and then him striker as a, you know, potential candidate for receiving crosses. He's very clinical, very good striker. But yeah, that hasn't happened. Here we go. Kickoff has occurred there. And it will be Hilal taking Koulibaly. And now back to Ruben Neves, who is playing very defensively. You know, he's playing centre-back. Cancelo will probably be hoping to try and make, you know, something better of this half because he did have a very, you know, not great first half. He did cough up the goal, basically. Freitas just heading the ball out there. It's going to be a throw-in here for Al Hilal. And Cancelo's going to throw this one into the box, looks like at least. Okay, long throw from Cancelo. Just headed away by Fluminense. Reached on the outside of the box by Ruben Neves. Long shot, and it's going to be claimed up by Bono, who just gets the ball from halfway from the deflection. Okay, this is now Hilal trying to bring it upfield. This is going to be back to Ruben Neves from Renan Lodi. The lineup's still the same. Fabio is the goalkeeper for Fluminense. Freitas, Thiago Silva, and Ignacio as the defense. Fuentes, Nonato, Barnol, Hercules, and Xavier. Cano and Arias are the rest for Fluminense. It's going to be a free kick here for Fluminense. Just an injury done there by Ruben Neves. And it looks like the injury isn't that serious. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a extension of the tackle there for no reason. Fluminense will probably be taking this defensively, as is done. And the lineups continue to be exactly the same there for Al Hilal. No changes yet. So we have Bruno as the goalkeeper, Koulibaly, Ruben Neves, and Lodi as the back line. Cancelo, Milinkovic-Savic, Cano, Nasser Al-Dossri, and Al-Harabi as the midfield, and Malcolm and Leonardo as the forwards. Again, I'm really thinking that they should sub on Hamidullah, maybe in the 60th. I'm thinking it, because they need someone to strike the ball. Leonardo, besides the goals he scored, the goals were not the best of quality. We have to admit that. They were not the best. Both were a deflection off where he got the ball back from a pretty easy open goal situation. And then in previous games, he wasn't really doing the best of work. Pachuca, he scored a good goal, but besides that, wasn't that great from him. So we need someone a bit more clinical on the field here for Al Hilal. This is going to be now Ruben Neves. Finds a through ball out over to Cancelo. Malcolm. Back to Cancelo. Finds a ball in there to Cano. Back to Cancelo again. On touch. Now Koulibaly. Koulibaly passes over to Renan Lodi. Lodi pacing up the field here. Drops it back to Nasser Al-Dossri. Ruben Neves. A lot of passing going on here for Hilal. The situation isn't too bad for them. 1-0, of course. Not the best, but it's not the worst either. That's a long cross. Just headed clear. It's going to be a corner for Al Hilal. This is good. This is very good because they do so well from the set-piece situations. Fabio's been brilliant so far in defending them and his team. But they are just, so deadly from these set pieces through Koulibaly and Milinkovic-Savic getting the balls in. And this is going to be Ruben Neves taking the corner. And let's see if he can deliver this one in with accuracy. Cross coming in. Header reached by no one. I think that was cleared away by Thiago Silva. Ruben Neves got the ball back somehow. That was an absolute centre space right there. Malcolm touched to Ruben Neves. Cross coming in. Oh, that was a very good cross by Ruben Neves. And a lovely one touch. A little bit of a dive here from Fluminense on the ground. It's going to be, looks like Ignacio on the ground. That's a dive. No touch. Nassi on the ground there. Let's have a look. Does he get touched? Nah, there's nothing there. You just dove completely. Long throw by João Cancelo into the box. There's a header by Malcolm, and it's going to be a goal kick, it looks like, for Fluminense. Oh, it's a corner. Wow. Malcolm actually got the header off? Wow. I'm so surprised. The referee initially looked like he pointed to goal kick, but okay. Koulibaly the target again. This is good. Keeping up the set-piece pressure. One of them eventually has to go on, Ruben Neves taking the corner again. That was a brilliant play for Malcolm, I got to say, to win this set-piece. Ruben Neves. Cross. Delivered in. Back post. Headed by Koulibaly. And there's a goal for Al Hilal. It's 1-1. We knew it was going to happen eventually. The pressure folds. And it's Leonardo. Leonardo gets the goal again. What in the world? As I was saying, that wasn't, he's not going to be the most clinical. He gets another tap-in, I guess. It's a little bit of a tap-in. And that is going to be Leonardo making it 1-1. And that is brilliant play from Koulibaly again. You have to say thanks to Koulibaly and Ruben Neves for that. They are just so deadly. Hopefully, Al Nassr's defense next season can hold up against this Hilal set pieces. Yeah, look at that Koulibaly header. Just blocked a little bit. There's a touch, actually, by Leonardo, and then he just goes and touches that one straight in. Nice and easy. Goalkeeper dove already. It was an initial dive to save Koulibaly's header. And yeah, Koulibaly is brilliant. He is so good. And Hilal are 1-1. They're back into this one. Nice and solid. And, Ruben Neves will be happy he made a contribution there. I would love to see a goal by Ruben Neves, guys, because, Jota's best friend. It would be really such a treat to see that. Maybe a dedicated celebration. It would be so good. And that's going to be a foul by Cano. Hoping for Fluminense to win, but I think Hilal will win. Yeah, it could go either way. Solid game so far for sure. 100% this has been, a very nice game to watch. That is a complete dive by, I gotta say. That didn't really look like much, but okay. It actually looked like Cano retracted his foot before it touched, but, maybe it did touch. It just was the bad angle of the camera. Koulibaly does a bad slide tackle. There's a shot, and it's just defended by, I think that was Harabi. There's a lot of, defensive scrambling for the ball there because Fluminense just love taking the shot from outside the box. So, again, they're going to have to be very defensively careful here, Al Hilal. Like that previous, that Martinelli goal was an absolute rocket from outside the box. It was brilliant play from him and his team. But here we go. It's now going to be Fluminense at the back here. Thiago Silva. 2 underrated teams at this tomorrow. At which time? Next quarter game. The next quarter game will be Palmeiras versus Chelsea for me at 4 a.m. So currently it's 11:21. So 4 a.m. GMT plus 3 is the time for that. I don't know what time they'll be, regular. But I can write in the chat, then you can just change it. GMT plus 3. Fluminense now to attack for sure, 100%. And here's Hilal on the counter though. Here we go, Malcolm. Finds a through ball over to Leonardo. Come on, Leonardo. What are you going to do? Absolutely nothing. What the heck was that disgusting play from you? That was terrible. That is so... Yeah, that is not great. What was Leonardo doing? Bro was holding the ball up next to outside the box there for no reason. Really should have shot. That's a good judgment. And... yeah, the next game, is that. I can't wait for the next game, to be honest. It's going to be a big one as well. Chelsea versus Palmeiras. Palmeiras trying to, if Fluminense get knocked out here, one Brazilian team remains. And Palmeiras can try and get it done against that Chelsea side. Chelsea fell to a previous Brazilian team. Can they do it again? We'll have to wait and see, of course. And this is now going to be with Milinkovic-Savic. Little one touch there with Malcolm. Milinkovic-Savic tries to find a through ball over to... Yeah, I can tell. I don't think they're on the right wavelength there. His touch out. It's going to be a goal kick. These are two sides that are very good counter-attacking. I know it's interesting when they're coming together, Let's have a look at the goal again here. Ruben Neves crossing in. Koulibaly, brilliant header. And then Leonardo just with a brilliant finish. Am I going to watch the F1 this weekend? Yes. Silverstone is on my playlist. It's on July 6th, right? So it's in 2 days. Yeah, it is on my playlist. Hilal are tied up now. And defensively, that was a very poor maneuver. Oh my goodness. What was that? That was a terrible move. Bunu somehow saves it. What the heck was that? That was so good by Yassine Bunu. And again, he is so clutch. Oh my goodness. Wow. What was that play? Who did that back pass? I think it was Lodi. What was he doing? Was he trying to throw the game or something? Bro, even though he's Brazilian, forgot he's not playing for Fluminense. That is crazy. Yeah, that was Renan Lodi. That is so bad from him. Wow. I did not expect that from him. He's been good in this whole tourney, and then he just gives that. Bunu, this is the types of saves he does all the time, though. It really is. And that is going to be deflected out. Throw him for Al Hilal. Renan Lodi got to be carefuler. That is not great. Was that him? I don't know. We'll have to see. It was either him or they're showing Nasser Al-Dosri on the camera, so I don't know if it was him, maybe. One of them. It's for sure. It's whoever's wearing the pink boots. I don't know who's wearing the pink boots. I think it's Renan Lodi. That's why I did say his name. And that's going to be a throw quickly taken. Now it's Lodi. Just passes to Ruben Neves. Almost through the game there. Hilal, but they're back in. Ruben. Pass it over Malcolm. Malcolm finds a good through ball. However, it just intercepted nicely. It's one back by Leonardo. Milinkovic-Savic takes the shot, and it's caught by Fabio. That was a good catch by Fabio. Good actual placement by Milinkovic-Savic for that shot. Look at that shot. That was very nice. Fabio just catches that one. Let's see. Yeah, it was Lodi. What the heck are you doing, my guy? Bunu. Oh, my goodness. He's just so good. He is so good at saving, guys. Genuinely, he gets scored against for an impossible goal, and then he goes and saves everything else. Here we go. Here's a very good chance, and it's just given away there. Not the best of passes from Leonardo to Milinkovic-Savic, and it's back with Fluminense. One back by Koulibaly, deep in the field, it looks like. Cano, and now it's Malcolm. Malcolm gives a little chop over to Milinkovic-Savic, won by Fluminense. I know, what was that? Literally, maybe he forgot he wasn't playing in Brazil anymore, so he's not playing for the Brazilian team. Now it's going to be a little pass, finding Fluminense there, and that was brilliant, trying to find Cano there. And that is going to be a free kick for Al Hilal, just won by Ruben Neves. Cano just not finishing that. That Arias pass, insane. This is the quality Arias provides. Look at that. No look pass over to the side. If only Cano didn't do the foul there. It's actually not even a foul by him. It's a foul by Koulibaly on Ruben Neves, and he wins the free kick. How they didn't finish that one, that is crazy. Bunu is going to be taking this ball here. Let's look at this save again. Oh my goodness, what a save that is. On the ground, stumbles over. Instead of going for the man and conceding a pen, he goes for the ball only, sticks his hand through and curls it around just to tap it away. Because I guarantee you, if there was one more step, it was going to be a shot. You could see the momentum going towards the left foot shot there to finish that one. Really should have been finished earlier, to be honest, by the Fluminense player. Koulibaly, as soon as the skill happened, he should have immediately gone for that one. Malcolm now. Yeah, goalkeeper of the tournament for sure. Tied up maybe with Courtois a little bit. I suppose Courtois has been, insane as well. But I think Bunu just edges out over first. Who else was brilliant? Di Gregorio, even though he's knocked out by Real Madrid. Palmeiras is one of those clubs that either world-class level on one day or really bad, and at National League level on the other. Yeah, exactly. That's what Palmeiras are. I think we're going to get a world-class Palmeiras against Chelsea. I just have a feeling that it's going to be one of those days where they just pull up, stun Chelsea, and then they're going to do trash in the semi-finals. I don't know why. I'm feeling that, though. And here's a nice little pass to Nasser Al-Dosri, and then he tries to find the through ball, just tidy up by Fluminense. And cleared down the field. Little touch on by Arias. Here's another chance for Fluminense on counter-attacking duties. And that is a poor touch by Arias. Is one back by his team. They're trying to regain some positional sense here. Al Hilal bringing players forward. And now the ball is going out onto the right side here. It's going to be Arias with the ball. Let's see what he will do. Huge skill and pass one. And it's going to be cleared by Lodi. That was... by Harbi. And that was, a brilliant clearance, actually, not getting the corner there. And a little pass over. It's going to be a shot. And Bunu collects. Nice and easy. The goalkeeper's saying something here to someone. I don't know why. What was that about? Oh, the ref hits the ball. Okay. Well, I don't think it was on target anyway, referee, so, I mean, yeah, fair enough. What was that? John Arias clearly world-class level, exactly. The referee's world-class defender too. Malcolm passes in, corner. Another corner, ready to be won by Hilal. This is good for them, really good in terms of finding some attack here. Fluminense have to be careful through Thiago Silva, Have to be very careful for this. Thiago Silva is going to be crucial in sort of defense here. He's going to be very nice in terms of heading the ball away, marking Koulibaly. He's going to be very heavily marked now. Cano's another one to watch. Milinkovic-Savic is another one to watch. I'll just call him Sergey from now. It's too hard saying Milinkovic-Savic every time. And Ruben Neves ready to take this one in. More pressure from the corners. Hilal are happy that they're getting this many, Look at the comparison between Thiago Silva and Messi. Comparison between Thiago Silva, but they're different positions, though. Ruben Neves, cross coming in. And it's just cleared away by, I think that was Ignacio. But Hilal have won it back. Renan Lodi. Is he going to mess up again? No, he gives a long-driven ball into the box. And it's headed out. It's another corner. Oh, age-wise, yeah. Thiago Silva still playing high level, at 41. Messi, 36 MLS. That's why, Messi doesn't have the best longevity. I will say that. He doesn't have the best longevity. Cristiano, Thiago Silva, a lot of these, Pepe, all have, very good longevity. That's why we've been seeing them so much playing at top level. Ruben Neves, cross coming in from the corner again. And that one's cleared away for another corner. Now the other side. Cleared away by Xavier. you know, Hilal is just going to be happy they keep getting corners here because it just means, you know, more chance for Ruben Neves to find a head. And yeah, it's going to be him taking it again. Looks like Renan Lodi's going for the short option here, so he's going to draw Arias and Xavier out of the box. I do think it's not going to be taken short, though. I think that's just a dud to draw out 2 players. Again, Koulibaly, Cano, the ones to watch for this. Because they're at the back post there. Cano's almost basketballer player height, I've got to say. Cross coming in from Ruben Neves. And it's punched away by Fabio. Not great. There's a shot. Oh, my goodness. What in the world was that shot? That is terrible. Not a great shot there by Harbi. Could have seen better. Tried to hit it, you know, on the one touch. Maybe should have controlled that one, I think. I think a control was better. Not the one-touch shot. That was not the right option. Yeah, the control was much better. Messi just plods around the pitch and Thiago's running around against... Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Thiago definitely shows... You know, his class, you know. Why is one person taking corners? Ruben Neves. Because Ruben Neves, best corner taker on Hilal's team for sure. There's no one better. The only other time that there's another person taking is Salam Al-Dosri, but he's injured for 8 weeks. He is their best player. So he usually takes the left corner. But yeah, now Ruben Neves takes both since he's injured with a hamstring injury. And Messi has always walked around the pitch, even his prime. Yeah, that's how Messi plays, you know, scanning the field. But for sure, you know, so many players have different types of longevity, and it's just really about finding those. There's a free kick for Al Hilal, won by Leonardo. Let's see if he's dove again. I don't think this was a dive, though. Thiago Silva on the ground, too. Let's hope that's not serious, because he's holding his head here. He's holding his head there, Thiago Silva. Let's have a look. And yeah, don't know why he's holding his head there when nothing actually touched his head. That's a little bit of a, yeah, ooh. Did that touch? I don't think that touched. That was close. It looked like, from the first angle, nothing touched, but the second angle, it looked like his cleat went on his face there a little bit. Let's hope Thiago Silva isn't injured here, because that would be pretty unfortunate, you know. Yeah, 1-1 already. Exactly, Silos. I know it's close. Who scored? Leonardo. And it was another easy goal, you gotta say. Leonardo, most of his goals have been pretty easy, I gotta say. He hasn't scored one great goal. I guess the best one was against Pachuca, but the rest of them have been, you know, average. Koulibaly set that one up perfectly for him. Ruben Neves. Just tying a shoelace there. Hopefully we can see him get a goal. I would really love to see that. Thiago getting some medical treatment right now. And it looks like it will be Leonardo taking the free kick, I think, though, if they do give a free kick. Fluminense fans aren't as happy as before, but they're still doing something. Thiago Silva gets a yellow card. He actually has blood. Okay. He actually got touched there. So he's got a cut over his nose. Yeah. So Leonardo's cleat must have collided with his face there. It must have. Because he got blood all over his face. That is very unfortunate. Maybe Thiago will get subbed off. I don't know. Because that looks pretty deadly on his face there. He got pretty cut. Less so in his prime when compared to now. Plus that Barcelona tiki-taka. That was a close chance, by the way, for Hilal. Just absolute nowhere. Fabio catches that. That Barcelona tiki-taka system with slow build-up allows for a slower pace. Yeah. This is now going to be Fabio just giving a long ball out to try and find Cano. And it's just won back by Renan Lodi. Now to Harbi. Harbi passes it over now to Cano. And that's going to be Levic Savage to Nasser Al-Dosri. Overlap by Renan Lodi. Back to Harbi. Cano. By the way, there's 2 Canos in this game. There's one for either team. I don't know if number 14 for Fluminense is pronounced Cano, though. But I do know that number... what number is Cano for Hilal? 28 for Hilal is pronounced like that. Here's Cancelo. Passing over to Malcolm. He should have really done a through ball there to Cancelo immediately, but that's all fine. Renan Lodi out to the left side here. It's going to be Nasser Al-Dosri. Cross coming in. And there's a little bit of a struggle in the box. There's one back by Renan Lodi. Dessa's gone into open play, yeah, for sure. And there's a wasted opportunity right there. That was a good little meg by Malcolm, just to find some extra, you know, play style there. And here's some subs coming through. It looks like that Eve's coming on. I'm sure that's short for Everaldo, yeah. Everaldo's coming on, and it looks like that someone else is coming off here. Play and see the two substitutes that will be coming off. So Nonato and Cano are coming off. So now there's only one Cano on the field. And it will be coming on to replace them, Lima and Everaldo. And both those Brazilians that, both the Fluminense players that had come off there did a pretty good, decent job. I think they're both Brazilian as well, but they both did a good job there in that first half. Nonato did brilliant. There's a little bit of pressure here from Cancelo on one of the new substitutes. And this is back all the way to Thiago Silva. Now passing it over to Ignacio. Ignacio just passes it into the middle there. Now with Bernal. Now Freites to Arias. Arias finds a little 1-2 pass there with him and the guy that just got subbed on there, Lima. It's going to be Arias. Cross coming in. Cleared by Koulibaly. Thrown for Fluminense. Koulibaly, brilliant clearance there. Bro's looking very tired. I got to say, he actually looks very, very tired. And it's going to be Thiago Silva. Freitas. Arias. He's everywhere on the pitch, Arias. I got to say, he's literally everywhere. Ignacio. Thiago Silva. And that's Freitas again. Hercules. Thiago Silva. Tactics with Luis Enrique. Kickoff long ball. Yeah, I love that tactic. It's actually, you know, it's kind of weird because, you know, usually a team wants to keep the ball during the kickoff, but they just go and, like, give it away straight away. It's a really interesting tactic, I got to say, by Luis Enrique. Only recently implemented by him, I think. Like, I think he implemented it, like, halfway through the season, I think. And that is going to be a little dud there. Tried to be completed by Arias, but it's not just one. And it's now back with a Fluminense ball. Kicked, deflected. Now it's back to Fluminense. Here's a chance. Bunu not able to save that one. And here's a goal for Fluminense. 2-1. And as it stands, I do think this is going to be a 2-2 again. Hercules scores the second. Fluminense goal. Bunu couldn't do anything about that one. That was poor defense, actually. By, again, looks like not great by Ruben Neves. It's going to be 2-1 there. Do expect a 2-2 going into the full time for the extra time. I do actually believe that will be the case here. And Hercules again with it. Possibly a winner. Build was incredible. I know it was a crazy build up. You know, just getting past that defensive play, then finding that through ball there. I don't know who found that through ball, to be honest. That was a nice win back there by Hercules initially. And then there's just a nice header there. Finds him on the run. It's just a nice little curve around Bunu. Who does that pass? That's Xavier with a brilliant pass. Yeah, that was a nice header pass. And Hercules just does a good finish. No stopping that. Just over Bunu's leg. And we will see now if there's any substitutions. I do expect, you know, Al Hilal to do some substitutions. Won the ball back and then scored the goal. I know, that's brilliant from Hercules. I've got to say, he's so good when he comes on. Really is. Hercules scores again. Exactly. He's definitely looks so nice when he, like, comes on for the first time. And he just always is in the attack. He's in the build-up. He's everywhere. Koulibaly, Ruben Neves. I'm still surprised no substitutions have happened for Al Hilal yet. I'm very surprised by this. Koulibaly finding Cancelo. Cancelo, bad pass. Just comes back, though. It's a little knock-on. Cancelo to Ruben Neves. Koulibaly finds a through ball. Just cleared by Thiago Silva. What subs? I would first sub off Nasser Al-Dosri. I'll bring on Hamdullah for an attacking striker, someone that can actually poach, you know. Not like Leonardo is playing, he's not actually a real striker. Then I would be putting on Ali Lajami to back up the defense, and then I'll be bringing Ruben Neves forward. Maybe take off Milinkovic-Savic since he's not been that great, and put on Lajami, place him in the defense, put Ruben Neves in the attacking position, because I think that would be a nice change for Hilal. And this is now going to be Fluminense with the ball. Chelsea licking their lips and opening their purse. Yeah. You know, it could be an all-Brazilian semi-final. That'd be really interesting to watch, honestly. All-Brazilian semi-final. Guaranteeing a Brazilian team in the final, you know. And it's going to be with the ball someone. It's going to be Florin for Fluminense. Looks like Xavier's going to take this one. Player of the match is available to vote for, guys. play.fifa.com/podem. Vote up for your player of the match. Personally, for me, I'm going to either go, you know, Arias or Koulibaly. Both been brilliant this whole match so far. Too early for Hercules, I think, to get the player of the match there. If this gets too close to the... might want to press Hilal, because if it gets too close to the full time, then, you know, Fluminense is going to turn on to that annoying, just clear the ball, dive as much as possible style of play that you see all the time with teams that are really desperate. It's now going to be Ruben Neves. Substitutes must be getting warmed up here for Hilal. It looks like there is. It looks like Hamdullah is going to be coming on. He's standing on the side there, it seems like. Here's a play coming in from the left side for Al Hilal. Little pass through. Here's a chance. Hilal to get ready to take the shot, and it's going to be Malcolm. No shot taken yet. Milinkovic-Savic passes through. What the heck was Milinkovic-Savic doing? That was so rushed there. There's a little smash on the face there of Nasser Al-Dosri. That is not great. I did think the shot was going to be taken twice there. Fooled myself. Looks like a substitute will occur. What was Milinkovic-Savic doing? I don't think that was the right option there, really. Nasser Al-Dosri too, just not great in terms of looking for that one. And here we go. Hamdullah is coming on, and Cano's coming off. Here he is. He's the guy who can actually score some goals here for them, possibly. You know, top scorer of all time, almost of the SPL. He's like a couple of goals off. I think he's like 4 goals off to being the all-time top scorer of the league. I think it's like 246 goals in the league in total. And it's going to be a throw-in for Fluminense. He's more of a poacher type, I do feel. He's more of a poacher. So we'll see, you know, the ball being crossed into him. The header, the kick will be, you know, very hard for the goalkeeper to stop. We'll have to wait and see. The Enrique kickoff long ball is designed to prevent opponents from settling into their defense. Breaks down their structure and allows for high pressure. Exactly. Cooling break here for both teams. Inzaghi's going to give some tactics. We always see a goal after the water break, supposedly. It did continue as well with the 0-0, and then there was a water break, then there was a goal. So will this one lead to a Hilal equaliser or a Fluminense possible winner? Actually, a winner. I do think it will be a winner if they score another. Inzaghi's going to have to give some tactics here to the team. And that sub was, of course, yeah, Cano for... I'm surprised that they didn't take off Milinkovic-Savic, to be honest. I did think that would be the sub there, but I guess maybe he's too valuable because he's been making a lot of mistakes. The coach is talking with Thiago Silva about gameplay plans here for Fluminense. Inzaghi giving some tactical suggestions to his team. He needs to get at least 1 goal here and then defensively sound for the extra time. I think the extra time will be more valuable than trying to score a winner here with the remaining time left. Because, of course, the extra time does allow for 30 minutes and then a possible penalty shootout, which Hilal should be stronger in a penalty shootout. They've got Yassine Bounou, one of the best penalty savers. And they also have, of course, a lot of good penalty takers. now as well, adding to their team Hamadullah, who's very good at penalties. There's their goal for Al Hilal. The Fluminense goal by Martinelli was brilliant. The goal by Leonardo was nicely set up by Koulibaly and Ruben Neves. And then the goal by Fluminense for the second by Hercules, brilliant as well. Lou moved away from tiki-taka possession-based football at PSG more towards a high and aggressive pressing with traps. Yeah, I know. I noticed that as well. Unfortunately, that Kylian never got really try the aggressive style that Luis Enrique's employed now. I would have loved to see, him with that sort of style. Of course, again, Real Madrid, the dream. I've said this in the streams before about that. But yeah, it would have been interesting to see how Kylian plays in sort of that sort of style of football. I don't think it really would have suited him, to be honest, because he's more... Actually, no, because if it suits Doué, I think it would be okay. It's just that Kylian's work rate off the ball isn't as, big, pressing-wise. But he is brilliant on the ball, of course. Also, it looks like a cut there. Don't know why. Okay, throw by Fluminense. And it is going to go to the left side here for them. And that is a brilliant skill by Arias. Here we go. He's going to bring this one in. And it's just going to be shot. Saved by Bunu to deny. And it looks like it's going to be a throw-in. Bunu's save actually went out for a throw-in there. I don't know why anyone didn't run for that, to be honest. That's kind of weird. Good shot by Xavier. Brilliant save by Bunu. Someone should have paced towards that. I guess maybe no one's got the pace for that one. Could be the style of play here, bringing the players forward for the attack for Fluminense and then relying on the counter-attack from a set piece. Nasser El-Dosri wins the ball back. Looks to be a handball in there, but it's going to be continued. Fluminense do manage to win a corner. Now, this could be beneficial in two ways. For Fluminense, the heads of Thiago, Ignacio, all brilliant in terms of, getting that ball in the net. Arias as well for taking is just so good. But then as well, you got the likes of Hilal playing counter-attacks, so that could be beneficial for them in terms of getting the ball up the field as quick as possible. We saw that Malcolm counter-attack from the corner last game. Here's the corner, taken in, shot on the volley. That was brilliant. Brilliant. Very bad, I was meant to say. And we could be seeing, a 2... I still am confident in my 2-2 score prediction. I'm actually confident in it. Koulibaly. Now the ball. Nah, it's all good, Silos. All good. And there's a through ball there. Leonardo. Lodi. Through ball out to the side here for Hilal. Just one back by Fluminense. Brilliant slide tackle there by, I think that was Ignacio. And there's a poor tackle by Nasser El-Dosri. Sorry, I think that's Al-Harabi. My bad. And the Hilal fans they're showing in the crowd there. Not that confident that they can get the win, the equaliser here. Their team is starting to look a bit rattled to this Fluminense side, who looks so strong. And that's going to be a free kick for Al Hilal. And it looks like another sub will be coming on. Will be Al-Balahi coming on. It looks like that Caio Cesar will also be coming on here. Cesar provided a lot of trouble for Al Hilal, can't be knocked out. I mean, we'll have to wait and see, because at the moment it stands like, I think maybe a 2-1 or a 2-2 really here at the moment. Fluminense has just been better in terms of attack. Really, the gameplay styles are different than City, because City brings all the players forward, but Fluminense defense is just so good with Thiago Silva, Ignacio, Freitas. It's just such a strong defensive line. And then you've got 44-year-old Fabio on the goal, who for some reason can save everything. And here it's where it begins. The dives. The diving has begun. Here we go. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, just sat down there. Luis Enrique, PSG generally his possession stats of around 55%. When he's at Barcelona's possession stats around 60-70%. Yeah, and it's honestly more enjoyable, more pressing football, to be honest. This is, a real time waster here for Hilal in terms of their players to trying to take up as much time as possible. Kaya Cesar is coming on. Koulibaly asking the referee to to actually speed this up here because they're wasting time. It's evident. And, oh, it looks like there was a little bit of a fight breaking out there between some of the players. Milinkovic-Savic at the start of that one. Yeah, and it's going to be now coming off there. Let's see who comes off at Al Hilal. 2 subs have been made. Kaya Cesar and Balehi come on for, if they show the subs on the screen, Al Harabi and someone else. Al Harabi and Nasser have both come off. Kaya Cesar provides a lot of trouble in terms of, you know, very sort of almost like an insect on the player, trying to cause them to commit fouls. He's a foul winner. That's what he is for Al Hilal. 2 subs here as well for Fluminense. Xavier's come off, the captain, and on comes on Guga. Oh, sorry, Thiago Silva's captain, my bad. The vice-captain, Xavier. I think he's the vice-captain. I swear he was. Long ball from Koulibaly to the left side there. And it's headed away. It's going to be a throw-in for Al Hilal. I know, someone can correct me. I swear Xavier had some sort of captaincy role. It's going to be Renan Lodi taking the throw-in. Probably going to try and throw this one into the box, it looks like. Again, Koulibaly, Milinkovic-Savic are the targets. Here we go. Throw coming in. Just headed away by Fluminense. Poor touch by Leonardo there. That wasn't a great touch. Koulibaly attempts the long ball. Duds it. Now back to Ruben Neves. Again, surprised Ruben Neves hasn't moved up the field a little bit more. I would have played him higher with Balehi coming on now. Balehi now to Koulibaly. 7 minutes of regular. Some additional time as well. And that was bad from Koulibaly. He just gave it away there. Not great. It's going to be a free kick for Fluminense, it looks like. Cancelo just wasting. Five minutes of regular time left, almost. It's going to be a tight one here. I do believe it's going to be a tight one. Koulibaly kicks it out. Another throw-in for Fluminense. Here we go. Throw. Long. Koulibaly wins it back. It's now going to be with Kaya Cesar. Nice skill there. And it's cleared down the field there by one of the Hilal's players. And now it's back with Fluminense. Tried to be won by Milinkovic-Savic. One back by Fluminense there, though. Thiago Silva. Over. And this is now going to be with... on the side here, it's going to be with Freitas. And it just goes straight out. It's going to be Bunu's goal kick here. Just under 5 minutes now. And then there'll be probably like 6 or 7 additional minutes, I got to say, because it seems like that this one's going to be, you know, taking some time. Because of how much time wasting there was, really. You know, the water breaks, that time wasting, the fights. We'll have to see. Kaya Cesar. Koulibaly misses that. Balehi's going to collect that one. Looks like Koulibaly's kind of tired, to be honest. I've got to say. Ruben Neves. Koulibaly. Kaya Cesar. He's moving up the field now. Cancelo. That was a nice ball by Cancelo. Milinkovic-Savic does touch that one. Initial skill. Cross. And it goes out. It's going to be a goal kick there. That wasn't great by Milinkovic-Savic. Should have done better. Should have crossed that one. This is very tight. Pep defined the last generation of football with its tiki-taka, high possession football. Luis Enrique started this new generation's high and aggressive trap-based football. Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's a start to a new era of football, you know. I think we're seeing the end of tiki-taka. That is poor defense by Blay. Here's a chance to score the winner for Fluminense. It's won back nicely, and it's going to be Hilal with the ball there. Arias should have finished. Why did he not? Should have been the winner right there. That was good defense by Koulibaly. That was brilliant. And now it's Hilal pressing up the field here. See, Fluminense playing very ultra defensively now because they only brought 2 people up for that counter-attack. There's a good skill. It's going to be now a little pass back. It's going to be now on the side here with someone. I can't even tell who the players are in this lighting. Ruben Neves takes the shot, and that was very bad. Koulibaly has been the best player on the pitch. Yes, he has. He's been very good. That was a good skill there by Hamdullah. He does actually get a little bit fouled in the box, surprisingly. Surprised the ref didn't check for that one because the leg is stuck out completely there. Thiago Santos is coming off and coming on, and Bernal is coming off. My bad. Yeah, he's wasting some time here, just walking off. The referee's told him to hurry up. It's always Arias doing all the insane work. Yeah, I know for Fluminense, it's actually crazy how much that guy carries Fluminense in terms of attacking play. Hercules too is very good, but yeah, Arias is really, you know, carrying their team in attack. In defense, it's just a team effort, though. I got to say, it's a very good team effort. And this is going to be now with Fluminense again in the attacking half of the field. Now back in the defense. 2 minutes left regular. Probably 7 or 8 additional. Oh my goodness, here's a chance. And it's just won nicely by Cancelo. Again, it was a brilliant run from Arias to find that one. Bunu passes out. Balahi. Now over to the side. Hilal have to score if they want to get through to the extra time here. It's now or never, really. Over to the left side. Cross coming in. And it's cleared away. It's a corner. This is going to be a very tight one, guys. It's going to be very tight here. There are so many corner headers now in the box, you know. They've got Koulibaly, Hamdullah. They've got so many people. Balahi. Who else do they have? They'll probably have Milinkovic-Savic, 2 up in the box there. Really, their whole team can now get this one. Especially that striker position. Ruben Neves is going to be taking. Here we go. Let's see how close this can get. Extra time would be a fun watch, I got to say, though. Yellow card going out to someone there. Don't know who that was for. I think it was Inzaghi. You got the yellow card. Okay, this is Ruben Neves. Cross coming in. Just cleared away by Fluminense. They're saying that there's a possible penalty in there. They're complaining to the referee, Al Hilal. Referee says play on. That was a very bad ball there by one of the Al Hilal players. Ruben Neves is going to get a yellow card. He's saying there's a penalty. Referee's going to check. And this is going to be some time wasting here for Fluminense as much as possible. They're saying there's a penalty. There's no check by the referee here. Let's have a look. That should be a penalty. What the heck is that? That is disgusting. Literally full on hold. There's like a backpack on him. What the heck? And the referee wasn't going to check that one. That is crazy. Again, another controversial take by these referees. Let's have a look at who this referee is. Danny Desmond McKelly. Ruben Neves misses next match, so that's going to be unfortunate if Hilal do manage to get 3. He's saying there's a penalty here that Ruben Neves still arguing the ref. And it's going to be a free kick regardless. VAR are checking a possible penalty. I think check complete. I don't even know. He's signaled for a play on, but then they've just said checking, and then they said check complete. Okay. Well, that check was about 1 second's worth. Penalty check over. And this is going to be now with Leonardo. Fluminense win the ball back. And it's now going to be with Hilal trying to win that. That looks to be a free kick for Al Hilal. 7 minutes additional. It's already been 1 minute. 6 minutes left. Very close, guys. This is going to go down to the wire. It's going to go down. Any team could get through at this point. Let's see who's going to get through this one. Fluminense has just been so amazing in this tournament. That would be great to see them go into the final. You know, against possibly Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern. One of those teams, Dortmund as well. Koulibaly. Belehi. Lodi. Now over to Leonardo. It looks like, actually, Malcolm might have gone onto the left side there. I don't know. Koulibaly. This match is being a battle of desperation. Yeah, both teams very desperate for their, their fans to make each country's football, just shown to the world, really. And this is going to be Belehi over to Renan Lodi. Sorry, Ruben Neves. Here's a good pass by Ruben Neves. Little play on from Lodi back to Neves. Here we could see a cross coming in. Headed. That's going to be a corner for Al Hilal. There's another dive in the box. Inzaghi did get the yellow card before, by the way, guys. And this corner, again, could represent the lifeline for Al Hilal. They're not going to have many more chances after this one. I will say that. There's going to be barely any. 2 substitutions occur. Malcolm's coming off. Sorry, I keep getting that confused. Malcolm for a player, and then someone else is coming off. We'll see. It's a double sub. Cancelo and Malcolm both coming off. And Al-Jawair and Al-Yami are coming on here. Yeah, exactly. And now it's Brazilian football's time to shine. If they can't get the equalizer here. Ruben Neves, cross coming in. Headed, clear. It's going to go now to the side here. It's now another cross being sent in. And that's going to go. Ruben Neves crossing in. Another one. 3 crosses in a row. Touch after touch. It's with now Al-Jawair. Over side here. It's going to be Renan Lodi again. Here we go. Cross. Deep. Cleared away. Ruben Neves hits it. Passes it through. Leonardo. Bad touch. Still one. Caio Cesar. Corner. Again. Oh my goodness. What is happening? This is going to be close. This is going to be very close, guys. It's going crazy in the box. There was so many touches there. So many crosses going into the box. Ruben Neves taking again. Can he do it? Bro flashed us on camera with his pants being see-through there, by the way. Ruben Neves, here we go. Cross coming in. Just goes wide of the box. Little touch on the side. Another cross. Trying to find a touch. Ruben Neves, another cross, I guarantee it. No, it's going to be a corner. Again, another corner. It comes down to who wants it more. Hilal looking desperate here. They're looking so desperate. The crosses aren't just reaching any contact. Ruben Neves again, taking a corner. How many corners? There's like 4 corners in the past 2 minutes. How many chances do they have? One, eventually, come on, has to go in. There's no way they mess up, as many times as this. Cross from Ruben Neves, punched away by Fabio. Pass out into the side here. It's Hilal again. They're going to cross this one in. Cross coming in again. Cleared away by Thiago Silva. Ruben Neves wins this back. It's going to be back in the defense here. Passed over. There's about 2 minutes of additional time left. 2 minutes to score an equalizer and get through to the extra time for Al Hilal. Cross coming in. Long range. Just headed to the side. A corner again. This could be the final chance, guys. This could be it. Oh my goodness. Another corner. Fluminense fans are holding their stomachs. There's so many corners here. Oh my goodness. Wow. Smash like for this game, guys. This game is such an excitement. Ruben Neves taking again. Here we go. He has to do it one time. He has to get a target header on. Ruben Neves, cross coming in. And it's going to be cleared away once again. Oh my goodness. So many clearances. Caio Cesar passing over to Ruben Neves. Cross. Not a great one. Kept in. Koulibaly tries to take the shot. Koulibaly in the box. They're saying it's a penalty. They're arguing it is. Hamadullah is saying that it's a penalty. And a red card? Something's coming out here. They are saying it's a penalty here. And the referee is saying, no, it's a free kick. I don't get how even Koulibaly will get a card for this. This is really weird. He's going to get a yellow card for this. Kalidou Koulibaly. That is strange. Misses next match. I mean, if he's getting a card for that, the referee should really... Let's see what he did to get a card here. Let's have a look. So the ball stayed in. Koulibaly takes the shot. Misses it. Then he goes back. And then he dives. Okay, yeah, it's a complete dive. Complete dive. That's it for this game, I got to say, though. I'm sure there's not going to be any more additional. Referee's told the ball to play on. It's going to be played at the back here. It's going to be held up. Long ball. Yeah, he completely flopped. There was no reason to do that, actually. And here we go. It's just going to be held up near the corner for Fluminense to try and get this one through. Arias. Free kick for Al Hilal. Arias just trying to play the ball out because he's wasting as much time as possible. This is going to be, I think, full time in a second. This is going to be the final kick of the game. 1 additional minute, he's saying. 1 additional. Just send it long. That's what they're saying. The fans are saying for Hilal. There's a little pass on. Here we go. Oh my goodness, there's a whole collision in the box. Something's happening. The ball cleared. Here we go. The final attack. This could be it. What the heck happened there? Wow, this game is going crazy suddenly. Cross pass through. Fabio. Something happened. And it's a catch. That's it. It has to be. I think something. It's all done. It's all done. Hilal had a good run there. They got to the quarters. It's all finished. I don't think anything more of this one. Fabio's on the ground here, injured. Let's see what's happened with this. What a rocking game. I gotta say, this game has been brilliant from both sides, you know. Watching both sides go at it. I really thought that Leonardo should have scored that one. Koulibaly initial just cleared away. Then it's one back. Then that little skill by Musab just there. Straight up fight, exactly. Then I don't know what he was doing there. What was Musab doing? That was kind of weird from him. I don't know why he just kicked it straight at the keeper. He really should have cut back there. It's going to be full time here. Yeah. The referee should call full time in a second. He's going to call it. Just kicked out. And full time. It is 2-1. Fluminense make it through after a last-minute scare, really, by Al Hilal. There was about 7 corners in a row at the end there. That was a crazy game. And Fluminense have done brilliantly. I got to say, brilliant game from them. Brilliant tournament so far. And they're going to be versing either Palmeiras or Chelsea in the semi-finals. I do think they can make it to the final, to be honest. If they're on form like this, you know, they defeat Inter 2-0. They go at Hilal 2-1. And I'm sure they can get it through against Palmeiras. I'm pretty sure it's not going to do great against them. But Chelsea, I think they might get a jump scare from Fluminense in this semi-final. Hercules somehow got player of the match. I'm so surprised by that. I really do think it should have been Arias getting the player of the match there. A little bit of a robbery, I gotta say. But Hercules did well, scored that goal. And brilliant, honestly. Let's have a look at the stats here for both sides. So, for Fluminense, 42% possession. We got 0.74 expected goals, 10 total shots, 3 on target, 2 big chances, 1 big chance missed, 282 accurate passes, 85% accuracy, 13 fouls, 4 corners. Yes, I'm streaming the rest of the games, Silo, still. You know, hopefully Madrid can get their game done as well at 11 p.m. 58% possession for Al Hilal, 0.91 expected goals, 14 total shots, 3 on target, 1 big chance, 0 big chances missed, 382 accurate passes, 88% accuracy, 12 fouls, 12 corners. Oh my goodness. So in reality, you know, all the stats, Hilal was dominant. It's just really Fluminense in that first half were a much more dominant side. The defense wasn't great for that second goal. That concession was poor. But in the end, brilliant match. I have to say it was a really nice watch. I really had fun watching this one. Hope you guys had the same. Unfortunate to Hilal. Big props for them beating City, though. That is the biggest props. And representing SPL football. Now back to only spoiling Al Nassr. Never spoiling Hilal again. And that is all for today. Guys, thank you so much. And I will see you off CR7 reaction. Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean by that ultra corner? Well, I want to hear what you mean before I end. Also, let me reset this thing now. Reset all this stuff. W's. The next match, of course, Chelsea versus Palmeiras. Hopefully, Liam Delap can show up. Also, Fluminense will be missing 2 key players in the next game. They'll be missing Martinelli and Thiago Silva and Freitas, I think. All will be missing. So that is going to be very unfortunate for them. I don't know about Thiago Silva, but maybe Freitas and Martinelli for sure. Yeah, Hilal Fluminense rivalry emerged out of absolutely nowhere. Who would have expected that one? Their rivalry really was a strong one in that game, especially, you know, the tensions were high and everything. Also, let's put that on a nice dark blue there. And the background for Palmeiras like this. And let's go get these up and running. Okay, and then I'll end the thing. I just want to know what Ultra Corner meant. CR7 off CR7 reaction? Okay. Okay, Palmeiras is there. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this one. But yeah, that is the end there. I'll see you guys in the next game. Big props to, again, Al Hilal. Big props to Fluminense as well for being such a dominant side. And I will see you guys in the next commentation. Chelsea versus Palmeiras. Goodbye. And W stream as well. W stream.